Good morning, Vietnam. It's me, skippysimon. I'm up early. Been up since like 4. I've been on Reddit. I was kicked off of Reddit, but luckily they let you comb through and not interact. And I'm so wishing I could interact right now because I got on a weird music forum, and I want to just tell these people about some bands that they haven't mentioned. But I love going on one of those forums because I get exposed to other people's, you know, weird music preferences. Because I love weird music, And then what was cool is on that forum, um, the one had a link to YouTube for a Phantomas live video with Terry Bozzio from or Bozio, I don't know how to pronounce it, but Terry Bozzio from Zappa, like how they got this person who, like, mind you, okay, if you played in Zappa, I already look at you as top tier because that man had a filtering system. Zappa was so serious about music, Frank Zappa, that like if you didn't meet his expectations, he had a ticket, a plane ticket. Okay? You got your plane ticket, you go back home. We don't need you anymore, you're fired. Like he really, you know, stuck it to him. And Terry Bozzio is no different. That dude, I was just watching him do a drum solo. I mean, he's got rototoms all over the place, and it's just incredible. But anyhow, yeah, I'm still got the bandages on just because I haven't. I just crashed out. I just nap. I needed to get some sleep, and I forgot to put on my Fitbit because I want to. I just put it on about an hour or so ago. I want to start recording my heart because I went in for heart surgery a few days ago, and I'm out. And I want to see if it's stuck. So far, I feel great. I feel way better than I did last week. That's all I gotta say. I'm hoping this shit sticks. But like I said, my doctor already said I'm probably gonna need another heart surgery. And that's not looking good, but I trust this gentleman. He is a highly educated individual, been through residency, and yeah, this dude operated on my fucking heart twice so far. So he is awesome. Thank you, Dr. Bush. You rule, dude. But this is Runtz Sluggers. I'm currently hitting this one, but I want to retire it for now, and I'll tell you why. Okay, Apples and Bananas is my absolute. This is my favorite of the Sluggers catalog. This and Fire OG. Okay, but this one is great for sleep. Okay, this is the Runtz. This one is fantastic for sleep. And that's why I'm opening up right now at 6 a.m. because I want to go back to sleep. Like, it was cool because I got out of the hospital and I looked at my bank account and like finally this one weed company paid me because weed companies are notorious for outstanding debt. But that's the life of a farmer. Wouldn't it be great if we could get like they do for all the other. Ooh, that's something. Ooh, no, it's not going to work under the Trump administration. He's already screwing farmers. It's not going to work. I was going to say get farmer subsidies for marijuana grows. I mean, like that would be kick ass. Because, hey, it's a crop. I was, oh shit, I got to call that dude and tell him I can't get him any weed. Because I won't be able to get any until next week. Unfortunately, I work in the marijuana industry, and I'm like a freelance. I like if a company needs help, like I know how to do everything. I just don't like having a boss. Okay? Like I like when people come talk to me cuz I'm good with a lot of things in the weed industry and people can like use me on like I'm a consultant sometimes. But I just love the weed industry. I think it's because of me getting thrown in jail. You know, that's where that goes anyhow. But yeah, this guy, this is amazing. Look at that hair. My God, you fruitcake. This guy got thrown in jail. What day was that? The 12th of August, 1995. Wow, this is 30 years old this year. Holy shit. It's been 30 years since I've been in the clink. Ain't that something? I love this picture. It's my mom hates it, but look at that guy, huh? Look at that guy. But this is the reason why I'm in the weed industry. Because I want to my goal was to keep everybody out of jail. Because I went for you. Shit sucked, man. Stay out of jail. And I'm glad that, see, that was another reason why I moved to California. I was like, well, fucking, look at this, see? Pittsburgh, guess what? Weed is still illegal there. You got, I mean, it's medical, but the cops will be a dick to you. Out here, they don't fucking care anymore. They got bigger fish to fry. You know, we smoke on the street all the time. Nobody gives a shit. Gelatos, Skittles. Gelato Skittles is what Runtz is. Who would have thought? And of course, the stickers. I guess this is. I keep trying to figure out if this is how they do their batches. Like, if you can find out which sticker. Because these might be from the same batch because they have the same sticker. In case you don't know what a batch is, okay, marijuana is grown in. It grows like in a cyclical fashion. You basically harvest every 90 days. So 3 months takes for a regular commercial cycle of marijuana growth. So you get 4 crops a year. And then depending on your crop, depending on your ppm, your pounds, or ppl, sorry, pounds per light. Because when you have lights and everything, you monitor your growth by how many pounds you're growing per light you have installed. And that is a good way to, you know, help you understand your yield. But what the hell was I talking about? I don't know. Stop. ppm is parts per million. That's when you're doing nutrients and stuff. ppl is pounds per light. Now you know, no one's half the battle. All right, let's hit this thing because I want to head back to bed. Like I said, it's 6 a.m. and I want to get some more nap time. I like how this has a flavor wheel on the back, but unfortunately, I can't really read it. But it's okay. I like the fact that they even have it. It's a terpene profile wheel, so it's purple. When Runtz grows, it's purple. If you're growing weed and you want your plants to grow purple, just turn on the air conditioners and get it down to 50 degrees. It's a grower's trick. Purple. Makes the bud look pretty. Pretty bud. You know, I've had pretty bud that smoked shitty, so I just like, for me, it's about taste and effect. I don't care how pretty your fucking weed is. I don't care how big your nugs are. I remember one time I was working at this grower and I got a 14-gram nug. It was huge. 14 gram. This cola was gigantic. 14 gram. It was a green crack, which if you can get a fresh bag of green crack in your face, oh my God, just huff that thing. One of my favorite stinks in the weed industry. It smells like a big bag of jelly beans. Just so sweet and so fruity. Oh, I love the smell of sativas. I just can't smoke the sons of bitches. But so be it. such is life. And also, the smell is just one thing. It's just part of the weed. There's so many different factors that go into marijuana. Like when you open it up and smell it, it's a good way to smell the marijuana, but it's not a great way to test it for effects. Okay, I don't know. Just try everything. I mean, I still have this big box of shit I'm going through, so I'm almost done. I'll be posting those soon. I promise. I got all my pandemic empty containers that I go. Oh god, I smoked so much fucking marijuana during the pandemic. Yep. So, but let's hit this because I want to get back to bed. And I'm rambling and blah blah blah. It's already 10 minutes something, 11 minutes. So let's bang this. All right, here we go. Be back in a second. I gotta go look at something over here. Hey, we're back. I like Runtz. It's got a unique flavor. It's like a it's grapey. Good. Fucking good. Terps are so fucking delicious. Fucking good. Like those terps are lips. Like honestly, wow, that is juicy, juicy, delicious. Like that is some tasty shit. That's why I bang live resin because it's like for me, you get the most plant stuffs. It's like rosin. Yeah, it's great. Solve it's fucking $90 a gram. Jesus fucking Christ. But I've never like paying that much. I never really got what other people get out of it. It tasted like burnt. It tastes like burnt peanuts, burnt popcorn. I never really got into the flavor. I didn't like the price point. And diamonds, they aren't forever. They melt and disappear. Um, I just fell in love with live resin, and because it just like when I used to make shatter, which is where you through a closed loop extraction process using this big equipment, you run butane through a column of marijuana, and then it comes out as this crude. When you evaporate the butane out of it, you create crude oil out of the essential oils that come off of the plant. Once those are finally, you got everything evaporated, you can like pour it out onto a sheet. It's called a slab. You put your slab into a vacuum oven. The vacuum oven takes out all the air. The slab expands, what we call mushrooming. It mushrooms up, and it's this big elastic, like this huge bubbly thing. And what you're doing is you're purging all of the butane out of it. Okay, you purge all the butane out of it. Purge. Okay, and what happens is, like, when you first put it in there and everything, it's all this big thing, and then slowly all of it just dissipates, and the elasticity of the oil breaks, and then it just goes down and keeps breaking down, until the oil is purged on one side. Then the next day you flip it over. You purge the butane on the bottom side because there's trapped butane on the bottom side of the oil, so you get up that. Once that's purged, then you can try it. And I would, because I'd be like Gordon Ramsay with shatter and everything. I was making butter, batter, whatever. And I just hit that shit and make sure it's good, and it's good. But sometimes you would get these spots. You get these spots that nucleated. They would get nucleated, okay? Nucleated spots, okay? What happens is there's high concentrates of terpene in those nucleated spots. Okay, it's technically like a version of live resin. So I always, anytime it's something we called it buttering up. Anytime something would get buttered up, that was mine, dude. I was on top of it because that was the most terpene rich shit. Whew. I loved working in a laboratory. Loved it. I was banging the best shit. Oh my god. But it kicked me in the ass in the end. My cannabinoid receptors are fucked. Like, just fucked. But this stuff, like I said, is great for putting me to bed. Which I'm gonna take another bang and then I'm going to bed. So I'm gonna hit this one more time. I know it's hardly ever I do that, but I think I just need one more bang to really get my buck and get me back in bed because I need rest. I'm in recovery. I just had surgery yesterday. No, actually, wait. Today's Friday. I had it on Wednesday. It's insane. Like, man, like some dude was just up in my heart going pew, 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 pew. And like, I'm happy to be here. Cheers, everybody. Mm, so tasty. Fucking good. Wow. I forget. I don't know. I like to hold in my hits. I forget who told me about that, but like a long time ago, some dude was like, "Yeah, if you hold in your hits for a long time, the smoke has a better chance of, you know, doing its magic." And I want to thank the Navy SEALs when I worked with them. They taught me how to hold my breath underwater for 3 minutes, and I can hold my breath for not 3 minutes anymore. I know that, but for long periods. But I like to hold it like not because like when you're holding your breath for 3 minutes, it is horribly uncomfortable. And I don't like to go to the horribly uncomfortable part. So I'll hold it for like, however long makes me happy. But it makes sense, I got this because this is technically like a nebulizer. It's just oil vapor and it goes into your lungs. It's not smoke, which I'm very thankful for because my lungs are destroyed because of smoke. That's why I'm not smoking anymore. I don't even, to be honest, I don't even like smoking marijuana anymore. I fell out of love with smoke, the flavor of it. I just don't like, because my buddy and I, we went to karaoke. My buddy Corey went to do karaoke, and I had a free joint from Alien Labs, and it was like something berry, Frankenberry, I don't know, something. But first off, I'm not a fan of Alien Labs. Never have been. Not going to be. I think their weed is all hype and overpriced. But hey, free joint's a free joint. But we went to karaoke and we smoked it. I will never do that again. I will never smoke marijuana and go do karaoke again because for the rest of the night, my throat was just so harsh. It's like, ugh, like the smoke just ruined it pretty much, and it sucked. Still had a good time. Still sang my couple songs. They get mad at me. I gotta stop singing "Do You Love Me" by Kiss because I keep I change the lyrics. You really like my limousine. You like the way the wheels roll. You like my 7-inch dick. And like, I think it's funny. It gets a big laugh out of the bar, but there's kids there, unfortunately. Uh, yeah, why are you bringing your kids to the bar? It's like 10 p.m. I'm trying to do karaoke, and your kids are with you because you're a huge alcoholic. You had to bring your kids to the fucking children casino, Dave and Buster's. I don't know. Because I go there all the time. I always see like a stroller with like mixed drinks and the cup holders and shit. I'm like, damn, dude. You know, and I'm like, how do you think these kids came to be? Maybe the booze had something to do with it. But yeah, yeah, Dave and Buster's. I guess they don't like it when I also say if you're here, it's 10 p.m. You're a bad parent. What do I know? Maybe they're on vacation. I don't know. I just like fucking with people. It's fun. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't done for the last 3 weeks because I was so sick. I couldn't do karaoke. It sucked, man. Like I was really. I'm so thankful I had this surgery. I'm so thankful. I'm like the VA hospital really loves me. They really care about me. I hear like I have like a lot of buddies who are veterans and stuff. I always hear horror stories from them, but I'm like, how come how come they're doing good for me? I don't know. I don't have any horror stories with the VA hospital. They treat me like royalty there. I they I have well, I treat them extremely like they deserve it. They are some of the hardest working people and most stressed out individuals too. Because I know I'm like an anomaly there. Because I'm like kind. I've been in rooms where like I remember my one operation. I was in this room with this old man who would disrespect the nurses, call them cunts and bitches. And I told him if I could get up, I would come over there and beat the shit out of him. And he would like start going off, you ain't gonna do shit, motherfucker. Da, da, da. I go, I go, old man, what war did you serve in? Civil? And it got the biggest laugh from all the nurses. It was absolutely hysterical. But they ended up moving him into another room just because he was such an annoying piece of shit. They just had to lock him in a closet or something. Just, oh my God, he was awful. Horrible, horrible person. Don't be that. There's no reason for anyone to be a horrible person. I was discussing it with um my doctor and my nurse. I go, I think that a lot of the reason why today's generations are so rude and so oblivious is because they didn't have a Mr. Rogers. You know, the world needs more Mr. Rogers. I can't be him. I could try, but I can't. I knew Fred. I was lucky enough growing up in Pittsburgh. My babysitter, she was a intern at WQED Studios in Pittsburgh. I was telling the nurses stories of hanging out with Fred. Like, he was a wonderful. I was starstruck the first time I met him, but after I got over that, I was like, wow, this is like. That's why I think it's like I learned it a long time ago with Mr. Rogers. Is just, you know, celebrities are just people. You know, Fred was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being. I'm very thankful I got to know him as a person. And he would like put on puppet shows for us. Like he would like King Friday and Lady Elaine Fairchild. I mean, like that. Like can't pay for a ticket like that. Mm-mm. You know, it's just we need more Mister Rogers. I miss you, Fred. You were a great neighbor. But enough about me. It's time to go to bed again. But yeah, Fred, I miss you, dude. The world needs more Fred Rogers. That's love, baby. That's love. All right, I'll talk to you kids later. You're awesome. Stay that way. And yeah, I'm ready. This stuff is good, dude. That's so good. All right, I'll talk to you later. It's nap time. Have a great day. Stay great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, bye.